choreography for the first song. So this is the first segment, Dance to the Song Phone by Mickey Singh. So essentially what you're going to do is you'll see as in sort of the main choreography video, you basically are just going to start kind of legs, shoulder width apart, a little bit of a bend in your knees, and you got your hands on your hips. And you're basically kind of chest out proud, maybe a little bit of bounce in your shoulders if you can, just kind of practice doing a little bit of a shrug in those shoulders. And you're basically kind of just sitting there. What I'll usually do is kind of be a little bit up on the ball of my feet. I can go back a little bit if you can just see my feet there. So a little bit on the ball of your feet, and you're basically just kind of bouncing to the music. So it's just bringing in that anticipation before the actual move starts. So once the actual thing starts, we're going to do what's called a Punjab move. So you've got your crab hands, so you're going to have your hands like this. Essentially, you're going to have your hands kind of up like this, so sort of just up with your shoulders like that, and your crab hands are going to be sort of up and out to the side, okay? You can get a little bit of a bounce in your shoulders, that'd be great, but for right now, main thing is keeping your arms like this, okay? What you're going to do with your legs is you're going to start with your left leg, okay? So you're going to bring it up, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. So just practice kind of bringing that left leg up and over and kind of bouncing it off. Just kind of doing it like that with the right leg, and then you can get this bounce. So bounce up and down and up and down. So basically just kind of practicing that move. So that move you'll do for the first 8 beats, I believe. So, like I said, hands up, and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8. After you finish that, what you're going to do is you're going to take your hands like this, okay? And so what you'll do is you'll pull them in and out, okay? So start them like this, pull them in and out. And as you do that, what you're going to do is you'll lift up your left leg, and as your hands open, your left leg will come down. So then you do the same thing. You pull up, that left leg comes up. You open, your left leg comes down. So you do that twice, and then you go on to your right leg. So this is this move where you go up, and then like that with your leg. So you can see I kind of pull up, down. Hands go back up to those crab hands like you had for the very first move, and you basically just bounce with your right leg, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So you will do that twice. So that's you. So from the start, you've got your Punjab move, starting with your left leg. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? That's your first section done. Now what you'll do is basically your Jodiya move. So you are to do this with a partner, and once we have all the choreography set up and who's doing what, you will do this facing your partner. So for this one, the arms, you're basically going to take your right arm, and you're going to come up with your right arm, up with your left arm, then you'll take it, throw it up over your head, and kind of push back, okay? While you're doing that, you're going to start with your left leg. So as your right arm comes up, your left leg comes up. And it's just basically kind of a hop with that left leg. So you're going to go right arm, left arm, right leg, and then same thing you're going to do. So your legs basically just keep doing that. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So that'll be over 4 counts. So again, right arm, left leg, 1, 2, push up and down, okay? So that's going to be your 4 count. Then what you'll do, legs stay the same the whole time, okay? So you're basically just bouncing up. You've got a little bit of sort of a 90-ish degree with your leg there. So after you've done your arms, push up and away from your partner, we're going to do like an airplane move. So your right arm is up with your finger kind of pointed, left arm is down. Your legs stay exactly the same, and you do it for another 4 counts. So you'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. And this is a good one, whereas if you can get a little bit of a bounce in the shoulders, you'll kind of move around your partner with that move. But we'll work that into the choreography, okay? So that whole move put together is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? And you're gonna do that twice. So the second time, again, you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and now your next move, you don't go do out the airplane the second time. This time what you're gonna do, take your left arm and take your right hand like this, okay? And so again, you kind of get your crab hands going on here. And for this one, you're gonna push out to the right, out to the left, out to the right, out to the left. Okay, and you can see how it's kind of one consistent movement as this right arm, so again, you're starting with left arm horizontal, right arm here. You'll push out with the right, your right comes down, basically takes the place of your left, and now you're ready on the left-hand side. You push out with the left, it comes down, swaps with your right. And so you can continue with that. So the way this move will now look, and I'll go over the legs in a second, so you'll now be 1, 2, 3, 4, you'll go 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So that's now going to take the place of this. So now, we'll go over what we've just gone up, I guess up until this point. So again, you start with your crab hands, and you go and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, 7, 8, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and 5, and 6, and 7, and 8. Okay? So, I'm a little bit out of breath. Okay, the counting and the dancing is a struggle. Alright, so once you got up to that point, so you finished off, and again, your legs, you're kind of, because you're pushing to the side, your legs aren't quite the same as they were for this one, because now you're kind of pushing yourself to that side. So still you're picking up the legs with your left one, but you kind of almost push yourself onto the right, push yourself onto the left. So you're pushing yourself onto the leg in the direction that your arm is going, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you can see I'm not just kind of working through this one center of gravity, I've got that push to the side, okay? So once those moves, once that section is done and you're up to there, what you're gonna start with next is you're gonna take your hand and you're gonna do kind of like an okay sign, okay? So you've got your hand like this. So arms for this point. You're gonna start with your arm here. So I've kind of got it sort of closed like this. You're gonna throw it down and you're gonna go and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, so again, starting here, turning my hand down, hitting 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Okay, legs for this one, I think are actually quite similar to sort of the legs we've done for the last segment. So you're going to go and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. So again, always starting with that left leg. So again, 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? And adding in the arms, and 1. So your hand hits down on 1, your left leg is up, and 2. So this leg is now up as your hand comes up on 2, 3, 4. So 3 and 4 is nice and easy. If you've got your hand on your hip, it's just that 1, 2, 3, 4. You can kind of get that little bounce in your shoulders as you do that. And this bit, you're basically just standing facing straight ahead, okay? So again, and 1, 2, 3, 4. Now keeping the same position with your hands. Your legs are going to do the same thing, But instead of just kind of being in this one spot, you're gonna kind of come forward and come back with that move, okay? So I'll show you what I mean. So, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So see, your legs are the same, your arms are the same, but instead of kind of going like this, you go, oh gosh, now, so and 1, 2, 3, 4, come forward. So your left leg's still up like it will be. You come into the middle, you step back, and now you're back to the center. Okay, so you step onto the right, lift up your left, back into the center, back onto your right, back into the center. Okay, so the whole move being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so just practice doing those legs back and forth. Like you said, the actual way you're lifting the legs is identical to this move. It's just instead of coming up and down, you come forward, center, back, center. Okay? So again, arms, like I said, you throw down, you're up, you come forward, back, I guess, forward. And now what you do, the legs stay exactly the same as to what you've just learned. So if you've mastered this, that's great, because now the legs are the same, the arms are a bit different. So what you're gonna do for this one, the way it's gonna work is you're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you're gonna turn around, okay? So let me think how to explain this best. So again, let me just quickly do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're gonna go up. So your arms are kind of like this, basically, as you go up onto that right leg, your left leg is up. As you come back, you're basically then taking your arms and you're opening them up. Then as you're back onto this leg, your arms go back the same. And then same thing, so you go back onto your left, you're opening your arms. So again, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So it doesn't matter left over right, that's not an issue. Basically, just as you come up onto that leg, so 1, 2, 3, 4. And as you end on 4, essentially what we're going to do is your arms are already now out to the side, but as you do that, of course, your hands are kind of coming downwards. I want you to turn them, because now we kind of go around in a circle like, you know what, everyone? Bring it on. Watch us do our thing, okay? So kind of this like super proud kind of stance, okay? So again, let's do that whole move from the start. So you've got your little A-OK sign, hands on your, left hand on your hip here, and you go 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you see the legs don't change, legs stay exactly the same for that whole segment basically. It's just whether you're standing in place or bringing it forward or doing your circle, okay? So that's up until this point. Now the music kind of gets a little bit more intense, and so it's sort of the chorus, I guess, if you will. So the first move we're going to do, I think it's about sort of a 16-beat move. It's called Flaminia. So this is a very common Bhangra move to see. So essentially what you're going to do is it looks like this, okay? Now you're 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So that's the move. We'll try and break it down a little bit. So again, you're gonna have your hands up high like this, and you're gonna pull down. So 1, 2, and I think as you do it, I'm gonna make sure that I can do it right. 6, 7, 8. Yes. As you're doing that, you're kind of pulling into yourself. And onto your right leg. So this is where your right leg is the one you're using first, not your left. Your right leg you're going to work with first, okay? So your hands are up and you're going to go 1, 2, hands on hips, 3, 4. And you're going to start with your left leg for that, okay? So it's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4. So you're going to start with that left leg to kick out, okay? So again, 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to do the same thing again. You're going to go 1, 2. And now what you're going to do is you've pulled 1, 2. You're going to take this right hand and you're going to push it forward. Okay, so it's going to look like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the legs stay the same with the kind of crunch, crunch, swing to the side, crunch, crunch, swing to the side. And sort of kicking out with the left to start that swing, okay? But the arms are what changes. So, like I said, we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, okay? So left hand on your hip, and you'll pull once you finish that crunch, left hand to hip. This one's already here. You kind of open up into a little bit of a crab hand again, and you push out and forward, okay? So again, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now what you're going to do is your hand's already kind of sitting here. So you're going to bring this hand, hang on, let me think about it. Yes, and your hand, you've just finished off of, you're standing, I guess, on your left leg, and you've got to shift now your weight onto your right foot. So you've done 5, 6, 7, 8. Now your hands come together, and you're going to bounce with that left leg, okay? So now you're kind of bouncing back on the right, and your left leg is kind of bouncing off the floor. And as you do it, you're pushing down with your hands. So you've got this string attached to your hands and this leg, okay? So the move just before is the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? So that move up until that point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Now what you're going to do is you're going to spin. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to move your way around. So the hands, like I said, 1, 2. You're now going to want to spin that way. So you're going to want to use your right arm, this is what your propeller to move you in that direction. So if we've got 1, 2, you're going to take your left hand, kind of cup it behind your ear, and your right hand, you're going to open up that palm, and you're going to spin around that way. So legs are essentially doing, so 1, 2, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you're kind of pivoting around your left leg. So your left leg doesn't really move, just pivoting around, and you're kind of doing 2 bounces on that right leg to bring you around to the front. I feel all dizzy. All right, so that move from the beginning, okay? So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now you're gonna go, oh gosh, forget them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those legs actually, to be truthful, that move is very similar to your Jordion move that you did at the beginning. So you've done your 5, 6, so then you're gonna go 1. So same thing, right arm, left leg, 1, 2. Then you're gonna plant yourself, and now you're gonna take your left hand. You're gonna do that A-OK sign, but you're gonna hold it that sort of chest width. You're gonna hold it with that sort of circle down, hand is flat, just about there. And this hand, again, that same thing that you've learned from before, you're gonna do that same move, then it's gonna come up and over. You're gonna get a nice bend in your legs, And you can be cheeky with this, because there's a nice kind of slow bit in the song where you can be like, haha, watch us go, and then carry into it, okay? So again, that's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4. So just get down into that squat and get that little bump in those shoulders going, okay? So again, let's do that move from the beginning. So 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So again, it'll just take a little bit of practice. I still struggle kind of getting this beautiful fluidity of my arms. I still look a little bit like this. But essentially, yeah, you'll make your turn, and now you're kind of starting out already with this arm. So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, almost done this segment. What we'll do is we'll do the next little bit, and then we'll kind of go back to the beginning and just go really slow all the way through. And you can always refer back to the main video and kind of see once it gets up to speed and have the feel of it with the music too. The mix, I think, is on the WhatsApp group as well, okay? So, your next section, these legs are going to be a little bit different. We haven't quite done these ones yet. Essentially, what you're doing, you've got that bounce, you're starting with your left leg. You're kind of, you're not going to be picking it up like you've done before. What you're doing is it's like you're tapping the inside of this sort of top ball of your foot. So it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? So again, it's not that lifting, it's that feeling that beat on the ball of your foot. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And honestly, this one may take practice, because certainly for me, when I started doing rubber, this took me a while to actually kind of really get the flow of the move and to kind of get that leg up and kicked down to that central sort of, like I said, top ball of your foot, okay? So that one takes a little bit of time. Even just being able to bounce off of your leg is perfect, okay? So again, you're going to start with your left leg. You're going to do that for 4 counts, okay? So it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are your legs. Your arms, you're punching down, okay? So it's now going to be sort of opposite arm, opposite leg. So you can start with your right arm, starting with your left leg. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So as your foot hits, you're punching down. So again, this is a really powerful move. So 1, 2, 3, 4, okay? The next one is a squat. We can always alter that if people aren't feeling it. Certain days I don't know if I'm going to get up from a squat, so we'll put it in for now. We can always modify things, but we'll teach it as a squat, okay? So you've got your 1, 2, 3, 4. You're going to go 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay? So a little bit of a jump into it. Whenever you do your squat, you kind of take your arms back and sort of throw them forward, okay? Again, everything is about this big, powerful movement. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And you're trying to just tap with the foot, crab hands basically. Doesn't have to be fancy, you're just kind of one to the side, one to the other side. So again, stretch before your squats. And like you said, if squats are being a little bit of a challenge, we can always sort of substitute a different move. Have a couple of us maybe at the front doing squats, and other people we can just do something different. So anyway, so you've got your squat, squat, side, side. And then your last move of this segment, and you've got an entire first segment done. Same kind of legs as I guess you've sort of done before. So you can have your hands up here like you did, say, for your first move. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So they're not, I guess I shouldn't say the legs are exactly the same as, say, when you did this one, but the movement is still the same. You're not bringing your knee up like you did for that segment, but you're still getting that forward, center, back, center, okay? So the legs themselves, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1. So you're kind of coming, but instead of lifting up on one, you're actually kind of lifting and then hitting down on one. So 1, hang on, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm getting myself a bit muddled up here. Hang on one second. 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. So these legs actually are kind of like these ones. Remember that we did the punch, punch. So these legs are like that, where you're hitting on the beat. So, but instead of doing it with your one center of gravity, you're going to kind of hit, center, hit, center. So again, kick starting on that left leg, right leg, and I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that right leg is kind of be your central pivot leg. So you come forward, hit, bounce, okay? So again, if you need, we can always go over that one because I'm struggling to teach that very well. In terms of your arms, like I said, you're gonna have your arms like you did at the very start. So you're gonna go 1, 2, 3. So you're gonna bring that left arm like that. 3, your right arm's kind of just in the back. There's no real set place for it. 3, 4. Okay? So it's going to be like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So again, using that as you hit the beat, kind of almost pulling down with your shoulders. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then going back up. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that is the first segment. So what we'll do is we'll go over really, really slowly again. Kind of start to finish, you can kind of see how everything fits together. And then again, just take the music, practice it, but take each individual move and just break it down in terms of left arm, right leg, etc. Okay? So remember, you're going to start off nice and strong, kind of shoulder just puffed out, shoulders back, with a little bit of bounce, okay? And then arms up. And you go, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And remember, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4. And remember, push to the side, to the left, to the right, to the right. Ha! Now the next move. So yeah. So 5, 6, 7, 8. Now this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come forward, center, back, center. Forward, up, back, up. And then you want to spin yourself around looking all cool and tough. All right? Then we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Bounce, bounce, spin yourself around. 5, 6, 7, 8. Now your new legs, remember? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then your last bit. 1, 2, 3, and clap. 1, 2, 3, and clap. That is your first segment.